Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samaya, and today I'll be going over my June 2020 monthly budget. Quick recap, this is my second month combining my income and expenses with my new husband after we got married last month. In my previous videos, I'd start off with my income split into 2 bi-weekly payments. For the sake of my sanity going forward, we're going to just combine our income and I'm going to put it here. So let's get started. So here I'm going to put combined. And our combined monthly income expected is $7,392 even. So down here in my total income, I'm going to put the same amount. And that's it. Moving on to my fixed expenses. For this month, it'll be pretty much the same as last month. We haven't really added anything else to our expenses considering all that's going on. So starting off with the rent, we currently pay $1,950. Right now we're renting a home and this is our monthly rent combined. In my previous videos, I would just put half of this amount because we split the rent. Now since we're married, we just budget with the full amount of everything. Next, we're going to switch it up and do my student loan payment. Typically, I would be paying $576.35 a month for my student loan. Right now, with the emergency forbearance, I am not making any payments on my loans and they are not accruing any interest. But I like to keep it on my fixed expenses just so I'm reminded that this is going to be a fixed expense very soon. So instead of putting the amount in parentheses, I'm going to just put $0, kind of like a placeholder for my student loans. Next, we're going to go to my car payment, which I wish I didn't have to pay, but I currently pay $468 a month. My husband does not have a car payment, so this is just for my car alone. I'm officially under $17,800 left on my car payment, which seems like a lot, but I've only had the car for a little over a year, not even 2. So I'm really happy because I've been paying extra down on it, on top of my student loan debt snowball. So I'm really happy to see it under $18,000. Next, we're gonna do my car insurance. Right now, this is just going to be for my car insurance, which is $126 flat, but this only includes my car insurance. Next, you're gonna have tithe, and we are currently budgeting $400. And we've been very consistent with that amount. We've been able to pay our tithe through an app that our church uses, Giveify. So we're still able to make our tithe payments. I used to make them in cash. Now I just make them through the app, which is super easy and very convenient considering that we can't go to church because our state still has restrictions on large group gatherings, and our church being fairly small, having 50% capacity doesn't make sense to have services. So we've been going to services online and paying our tithe online, which is very convenient. I still miss like the social interaction of going to church, but I'm hoping soon that we'll be able to go back to our like Sunday morning fellowships. But I might stick to paying my tithe online because it's super convenient and I don't have to get as much cash out at the bank. Moving on to my subscriptions. So this is combining my family subscription. So my previous subscriptions were just Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, Google storage. I believe that's it. But now we're adding my husband's subscriptions, which include Adobe, because he's a content creator. So that's about $52 a month. And then also put the internet subscription in here, and we're not paying his gym membership because our gyms are still closed in the state. So the total for that is $164.94. Next we have the phone bill. And this is just my husband's phone for $80. I currently don't pay my phone bill because my parents are super awesome and they are still paying it right now on the family plan because it's cheaper. Eventually I will have to pay my phone bill. Once all of this stuff is over, I'll definitely try and get both of us on the same phone plan. But right now we just pay $80, which is awesome. So the total for our fixed expenses comes out to be $3,188.94, which is the same exact as last month. Moving on to variable expenses, and this has increased a little bit since last month. So we're gonna go over a few of the changes here. One thing that hasn't changed is our gas. And right now we're budgeting $300. I am the only one going into work full-time. My husband is blessed to be working from home for now until his company decides that it's safe to go back. So right now, this is just including my regular gas that we anticipate, and then we'll maybe fill up his car maybe once or twice this month, so it shouldn't be too much. I did notice that gas is slowly creeping up. The lowest it was like under $1.50 at one point, and now it's back up to $2 where we are. So this might increase next month if my husband goes back to work or if the gas prices start to skyrocket. Moving on to food. We've noticed that since we've been staying home more often, we've been cooking more, and we've sometimes been ordering out if we get super lazy after working all day. So we're spending a lot more on food in these last few weeks since being kind of quarantined. So I increased this amount by $50 from last month. So our combined food budget is $650. This is grocery, this is eating out, this is any bulk food items that we get from BJ's. We're going to include that in this food budget for $650. Next, our allowance. We've budgeted combined $500 for the month. So this is about $250 each between my husband and myself. Right now, I'm ordering a lot of stuff online rather than going in store. But if I do go in store, it's like to Target to get stuff that I personally need. Womanly things that come monthly. Any makeup. Since I'm going back to work, I try to look like I've got my life together. So stuff like that, I'll use my $250 for, like stuff that's just for me. And then my husband's really into investing. So he'll use like an extra $250 for a stock that he might want to take a chance in. So that's usually really all he spends his money on, that and Lululemon. So he'll spend his money his way, I'll spend my money our way, and it just gives us a chance to just buy things for ourselves because we feel like that's very important, especially right now since we can't go out and go on any dates. It's kind of our way to treat ourselves. So that's a little bit about our life and how we spend our lives. Moving on to utilities. I believe this went this might be around the same that we budgeted last month. We're going to be saving $120 for our water and sewage, which is due every 3 months, so we don't have an exact bill just yet. But our electric is $153 that is due this month, and $150 is around our average, so we're okay right now with budgeting $273. So that's $120 saving for water and sewage, and then $153 for our actual electric bill. Lastly, we have toiletries, and I'm going to increase this by about, I think I only budgeted $120 last month, and I'm going to increase it by $180. So we're gonna budget $300. And the reason I'm doing this is because we've been stocking up on water and essentials lately to avoid going out so much. We've averaged around $80 per week on our regular BJ's, Giant, and Target runs. And since I've been going back to work, I can't go to the stores during the weekday in the morning where it's usually like less packed, less people. So when we go out, it's usually like Friday after work or Thursday or sometimes Sunday morning. And I try to get as much as I can, or as much as we need at one time, so that we don't have to go out as frequently. Because going after work during the week is very crowded, trying to still avoid crowds of people to keep ourselves safe. So I'm just gonna increase this budget, because if we see something that we need, rather than being like, oh, we'll go get it tomorrow, we'll say, okay, let's just get it now. We'll only need to go out once or twice during the week. So that's why that has increased a tad bit. So adding up all of my variable expenses, the total amount for this month is $2,023 flat. And that is pretty significantly higher than last month. But as months change, I gotta adjust a little bit. So we'll see how closely I stick to this when I go over my budget closeout at the end of the month. Let's move on to the totals, and I'm gonna summarize this all up. So first I'm gonna put my income with my husband combined, and that is $7,392, as I mentioned up here. And then I'm gonna put our fixed expenses, and that is $3,188.94. Lastly, our variable expenses, which is $2,023 flat. So taking the combined fixed and variable expenses from my income, the remaining balance for this month should be $2,180.06. Yep, what we plan to do with the remaining money is put it towards my student loans, which, as I mentioned, are in emergency forbearance, and our goal is to have around $13,000 saved by September to pay down my largest loan, which is around $20,000. The combined amount for all of my loans is around $53,000. We're close to paying my smallest loan down, which has a balance of less than $4,000 remaining, and so that will help us to reach our goal of having all my debt paid off in under 3 years. I've always been interested in opening up a stationery company or like a stationery shop, and my husband is really into content creation and video gaming, so we want to save our money to do our passions And once we get rid of the debt, that should really help and allow us to accomplish some of our other life goals outside of our regular jobs and outside of paying for our debt every month. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed watching me plan. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe for more content. I plan to be back very soon. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.